Alright folks, here's a good comparison. I moved the boom arm over the chair, so this way you can see that when I'm showing something to you, it'll stay in the frame of the camera. And what I like about it is also I can change the focus. Wrong one. It's a little bit wider field of view, so you get a better chance of how to view this. So I can do a close-up shot like this, and that'll work much better. So now you have a wider field of view, and I think, yeah, I'm trying to just center it. Okay, there you go. That's pretty much. So you can see the Sony E10 is on the left. The new Z30 is on the right. Now I have the little windbreaker or wind noise reductor on the EV10. You have to buy it separate for this camera, but you can put tape like over here, I guess, but they get something right here also. I don't know if that's a speaker, because I can play back and I can hear stuff out of here. Same thing with the Sony E10. But you can do something like this, put a little tape over it, but this is like left and right. Anyway, here's the camera. This is much heavier than this. You can see the thickness. So if I go like this, the grip is much better on the Z30 than on the ZV-E10. Alright, but they're both easy to handle. I got the L grip on my ZFC, and it's a little bit better than this, but it's smaller than this. Alright, and small grip, or small rig I should say, has a cage that'll make this even deeper if you want. And all the ports are activated. You can do the screen, all of that. So just to show you the differences, right up here, the command dial, all right, which you don't have on the ZV-E10. This is what I like about it. You can still put it in program. You can put it in shutter priority, aperture priority, manual. You got 3 different settings that you can set for, like crop, like let's say slow motion, whatever you can set. Also, it's on here they have a switch with the camera and the or the video part, and then the camera part, the stills part. So you can reset the settings here also on U1, 2, and 3. Here, you got 3 modes. All right, so after you turn it on, you got camera. Usually it comes out on the video, and then SQ. That's slow and quick. So you can do 1, 2, 3. Sometimes that messes me up. This right here is the product showcase. As you can see on the back, if I put it down, very gently, try to match it. So basically, I already showed you about this. This is the autofocus lock right here. This is the menu. This is a function that goes in between. You can also use different buttons right here, like a time lapse, aperture right down here, ISO, display, play, trash can. And then, this is the plus and minus. And up here is the record, and then the shutter button. And then this is the toggle switch between wide and tight. or far distance to close. Turn it on and off. Here's the shoe. Here's the microphone speaker. ZV-E10 4K. I had the kit lens on both of them. So this is the 1650 OSS. And it's on here too. So what I'm going to shock a lot of people is I got the Megadapt ETZ11 adapter, where I can utilize the Sony lenses. So this is just a quick view of the cameras side by side. So this has a function 1, function 2. This might get in the way with the adapter, but not much. You got a front and back dial, which I like. This is to release the lens. And the difference is, with the E mount, you counterclockwise. Well, in order to put a Nikon camera, usually, you put it on and then you do counterclockwise. With Sony, you match the dots, but then you do it clockwise, and then counterclockwise to take it off. And just to show you, on the bottom, the battery compartments. So this makes it much easier right here than on the other table, the product table. I can sit down, relax, describe everything, look at the screen, make sure the whole thing's in the shot. The problem is I wasn't able to do the wide field view and close-ups and stuff like that. I can do everything right here. I don't have to look across the room to the monitor. Everything's right in front of me. And anyhow, so I can zoom this as close as possible. I can move it around. See, it makes things more simple this way. So this is just showing off my room and the cameras. Okay, I got the extra camera in there, the other ZFC that I like carrying with me. So that's kind of like the guest camera, and it's on the TV right now. So if I scroll here, you can see the mouse move around. See, it does a pretty good job. And I got it at 0 composite aperture. So anyway, of course, the Sony A7C zoomed, and I haven't done anything on the Ecamm Live for the settings. It's just right out of the camera. This is what you get. It looks pretty good. And of course, I have the puppy cam. No dogs. Wish they were here. They would steal the show. And back to the A6100. So this is the zoom shot all the way. This I'm going to put right at 0 so you can see it farther away. So if you open up the battery compartment, both of them, all right, this will spring open. This does not. All right, that's the difference. SD card, battery. SD card, battery. They're about the same time. They say the EV10 is longer than this, but I've been testing out. This is a pretty good battery, but it's also brand new. But if you want to shut the door on the Sony, you got to do that, and then you close it for lock. On this or the ZFC or most Nikon cameras, all you have to do is press down. And the nice thing about both of them, which a lot of people do not point out, is you see these little squares right here. So if you get a dummy battery, supposedly, you just open up this little door right here. I haven't tried it, but it's supposed to open up and the cable comes in. But you don't really need to close the door like you would on a Canon. So Canon put in that feature. I think that's what it is. I'm not sure, but I wanted to point that out. With the ZFC, the Z50, and now with the new Z30, they do not have any dummy batteries that I know of. So the only way is to charge it through the USB-C. And they got the little rubber flap. And so you have the USB-C right here. Yeah. Micro USB-C. And then of course the microphone. No headphone jack. I've never needed to look at it. I just look at the bars. The one thing I do want to say that I said on the last video, when you have the screen open, okay, and you're vlogging, let's say on Z30, and I'll turn it on. So you see, there's no EVF, so it doesn't go blank. If you had an EVF on most cameras, you wouldn't be able to see the screen. Okay, but I'm going to try something where you can see me a little bit, and I'm going to hit the menu button. All right, it does not come up. Now, if I turn it backwards, let's see, yeah, backwards, do it this way, okay? Get the menu. Now I can go into the camera settings. That's the only thing wrong. So if I put it forward, see, I've seen some people do this. Let's see, they turn it around, all right? So you can scroll, you can do any options, do menus. It's much quicker on the Nikon system. But if I switch it around, and I'll show you this way, watch what happens. The menu disappears. That's the only thing I find wrong with this. Now it does overheat while I have it in the studio, but I figure out how to fix that by putting a little fan on here to keep it cool. Now on most Sony cameras, you will hear the shutter close on the ZV-E10, even on the A6100, and the lens would come back. With the Nikon camera, it doesn't do that. So you have to physically turn it on. Now you can, I think, where is it? It's on the lens. So I can bring it down. No, I guess not. Okay. I would have to put it on a Sony lens to collapse it all the way. That's the only thing. But I'm going to do a comparison because I got both kit lens. And this is from the A6100 and the ZV-E10, and I'll try it on here. I got different lenses also where I can put all the Sony lenses, APS-C, and the full frame lenses on the Nikon. So I will be comparing these two cameras with pictures and videos of the same things with the same lenses, and you can see the performance. And then I'll compare it with the natural Nikkor glass that comes with the Nikon. But anyway, that's the only thing I find wrong with this camera is the menu, and then maybe a little overheating. I don't care too much about the volume, and if you turn it on just to show, you see the volume. Okay, the only other thing is if I turn it around, okay, because it's on, you do not see the volume. So if I scroll just a little bit, see if it, yeah. So you see, if you have it like this, you can see the volume right down there. go like that, it disappears. So, and this says 2 hours and 5 minutes left if I wanted to record. So shut this down, turn it off. Now, what I usually do with all my cameras is I always put this on, always clean them before I use them, and I always shut these if it's the articulate screen. I close it so to protect it, especially on the ZFC. The other ones you can't do much, you know, on the other cameras. I can do it on the A7C, on this bad boy right here. So I can do the same thing with that one. I can do it on the CFCs. I can do it on the ZV-E10 right here. So just to show you the difference, I'll go back here, turn this on. First, take off the cap. Now, turn it on here. See, I have no screen, but you have a little light here. Tells you that it's recording to the SD card. Same thing down here. There's a light that will show that it's recording. And just to show you, I'm going to put up the screen. So that button, so right now I'm in movie mode, S and Q, picture mode, back to film mode. And notice that you don't see anything on the volume, but if I hit the display, now you can see the different things. Hit the display, you get the aperture, look at that, competent aperture, the ISO, what it's at right now, your shutter speed. It's on airplane mode. It's in HLG 2020. And if I do it again, autofocus is off. Yeah, so you know, and then of course you can straighten it with these bars right here. I don't know if you can see it. There, yeah. Trying to get it so you can see it. That's pretty good. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I usually have it like that. And then of course you can turn it around and you'll start vlogging. So you hit the record button. Watch what happens. Till the light comes on. I love that bar around the screen, and you have a light. Now it shows green on the camera. It's actually red. So that's the other thing you find out about cameras. So if you look on the side, it's red, but somehow that comes up a green or a yellow. So I think that's weird. And it might be because of a monitor thing, and you can see it flashing. I turned it off, all right, but that's the difference. So put that on, make sure this is closed right to protect it. Now I'm going to turn this thing on. Okay, so switch. This is very easy to hold. I'm going to take this off. And I can hit the display also. But it's right here. So if I hit the display, things start disappearing. You can see the gradient. There's the crosshairs. I don't know if you can see that. And maybe I'll go like, yeah, you can see it. And of course there's the volume, autofocus, wide, so you can show different things on the display. And then it has the magnifying glass, and then minus. I wanted just to show a quick view of the differences. The next video you'll see is the actual pictures, and you can see the lens did not collapse because it's on a Nikon camera and not a Sony camera. The only other thing I don't really like about the Sony system is the menu system. And I'll go into the menu. But you see, I can touch the menu on the Nikon. I can't with the Sony. Now, the shortcut is in the function, and you can scroll into each different menu. But then, depending on which one you have, look at all those. So you have to scroll down one, and then you can go to the right, each different menu. But look at all the things you can do on the Sony. I think it's a lot easier with the Nikon, because you can use your finger point, and I think it's a little bit quicker. But you get used to what camera you have. Each camera has different settings from each different manufacturer. So just hit menu, go out, and if you hit the function key, it's kind of like the eye for the Nikon. So I'll just hit menu to get out, turn it off, and the lens collapsed, just like that. And I know I got the cover somewhere. What did I do with it? Well, shoot. Oh, yeah, it's on here. So I hope you like this video. It's just a quick look at what I'm going to be comparing next. They're both great cameras. The only other thing is on the side, which I forgot to show you in the ZV-E10. There's a microphone port, and the doors are solid. They're not rubber. They're plastic. And what I like is just this one right here has the headphone. It has the micro USB or micro HDMI, which I don't like, but then the USB-C. And these both can be charged while, let's say you're streaming and stuff. This worked like a champ for 5 days, and then the HDMI port just stopped working. This one works good, but then it overheats. That's the only difference. The only other thing I can say is this feels good in hand, but it is heavier than this. Yes, it's a little squinchy on the camera, but I don't have that big of a hand, and it feels good. Even on a tripod, this is easy to carry. They're both easy to carry, all right, but this weighs less. So I hope you like this video. More coming. Subscribe so you can get old content, and I hope this was helpful. Give me a like if you like this video, please, and then I already said subscribe. Hit the bell notification. That will notify you any new video on this content. Write a comment if you like this, looking at this stuff, or you want to see something different. So in any case, I just want to say that you have a rest of the safe week. Stay safe. Keep smiling. Until next time. Goodbye.